This story was sent to me by Darian McNeil, and it is coming out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Where in this picture you see two people. On the left is a man by the name of Connor Reagan, and on the right is a woman by the name of Kennedy Smith. And you can just look at this picture right here and already tell this isn't going to be good. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't end well for either one of these individuals. It ended very brutal for one, and is going to basically be the end of life of someone else, is why they're still able to breathe. So basically what you have is a domestic dispute that turned deadly, in which Connor Reagan ended up stabbing to death Kennedy Smith. And of course, because it was a domestic dispute, that would imply, of course, that they were both in a relationship with each other. I'm going to go ahead and read this article coming from FBAtimes.com. A 27-year-old white man was booked into East Baton Rouge Parish Prison Sunday after he confessed to fatally stabbing his black girlfriend at a Jefferson Highway apartment complex Saturday. Baton Rouge police responded Saturday morning to Arts at Jefferson Heights in the 8900 block of Jefferson Highway. Officials said they found the body of Kennedy Smith, aged 21, at the scene. Louisiana State Police later arrested Connor Reagan, a resident at the apartment complex in the Crowley area. He was brought to a local hospital for unknown injuries. Reagan was booked into the parish jail on suspicion of second-degree murder following his release from the hospital Sunday. It has become a common occurrence to see cases of PC men killing their black female partners and victims. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and say this. To all of those, I didn't want to say the word, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To all of you swirlers out there, I would like to know why you have not spoken up about this. We know that if it was a black man with a white woman and she was responsible for getting him hemmed up in some kind of situation, whether he died or not, you would be all over it because that's your MO. But I'm waiting to see what you have to say as it pertains to this case right here that just happened, as a matter of fact, because it happened this past weekend. So it's a pretty fresh story. So y'all still have some time to hop onto it. Of course, you're a little bit late based on your standards, because if it was the other way around, y'all would have jumped on it the exact second that this story got released. Now, am I to say that she was anti-black male? I can't call it because I didn't know the woman. But opposites always say that a lot of the times they are. I don't know if y'all recently heard about Kari Champion, who used to be a sports commentator. She used to have all the smoke for black men, and we never knew why that was. Well, come to find out, she this whole time was laid up with Zaddy. So now we know where all of that vitriol comes from. But see, you have so many out here that swear up and down that black women are in danger when they're around black men or in relationships with, black men, when that's not always the case. Now, there was a story I just recently heard, and I might do a video about it. I probably will, where you had this young woman from DC who was killed by her boyfriend, who happens to be black. And I forgot what it was over. It was something so silly and so petty at that. Of course, you're going to have those stories, and they're going to jump on top of those, but they won't touch this one with a 10-foot pole. Now, they said this was over domestic dispute. We don't know what it was. They can only get the confession from one side because the other side is deceased. Now, look at the age difference. Not saying it was a big age gap, but it says that she's 21. And it says LSU grad, which means she was fresh out of college. And she's with a 27-year-old. Not saying, like I said, it's a huge age gap. It's not like it's a 10-year age gap. But it makes you wonder how long were they in a relationship with each other? Did they just start dating, or had they been dating for months, a year, 2 years? What? But something tells me they weren't dating very long. That's just me. But it is what it is. I mean, it's unfortunate. what happened to her. But I'm going to tell some of y'all, like y'all love to tell black men, leave Brad alone and this won't happen to you.